Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara Calderon, and this is the channel, Rewriting Reality. Subscribe now to this channel to remember your divine origin. In today's 151st episode, I'll explain the nature of our beliefs and how we're limiting ourselves in interactions through social media, especially on Facebook. Let me also express to you that we may be aligned with a particular belief system. This is not wrong. Not bad either. Certain belief systems that we have limit our interactions and our creativity, but certain belief systems also offer us comfort, because they are familiar. It is quite easy for us to see belief systems that we think of as negative, and this moves in the direction of dismissing them, or allowing ourselves to see ourselves as very broad and not examining aspects of these belief systems, and expressing that we accept them and will let go of these belief systems. Actually, for the most part, when we look at aspects of our belief systems, we label certain belief systems as negative or not beneficial to us, and in this we attempt to alter, change, or discard these belief systems. But as we get into the area of belief systems that we align with, that we consider beneficial to us, we become quite comfortable with them, and we see that there is no need to alter these belief systems. Our terminology for this is that they are functional belief systems. They do not offer us any conflict, and we are correct. Some belief systems do not create conflict within us. I will express to you that holding on to our belief systems, regardless of our view of whether they are positive or negative, is limiting us in some areas. All the belief systems that we cling to, and that we don't accept, will limit us in our creativity and in our expressions. This is not bad at all, it is a preference. I fully understand that this is a very difficult concept for us to understand, because we automatically enter the area of judgment and express to ourselves in our thoughts that all these terms, these words, have negative connotations. In our reality, in what we experience, yes, we can express that they can be negative. In a broader view of these concepts, they are not negative. They are choices. But even within those belief systems that we see as functional belief systems, those that we align with and do not offer us any conflict, these also limit our own creativity and do not expand our awareness, and if we allow ourselves to move towards acceptance of these belief systems, we may be allowing ourselves to expand our awareness. We may be accomplishing so much more and offering so much more, not only to ourselves, but to all other individuals within physical focus, in our expression of energy. Let me remind you that holding on to belief systems and not accepting them creates expectations and judgments. All belief systems create judgments and expectations, and these two elements create a large part of our conflicts, and this is what we seek to eliminate our conflicts. We can see this phenomenon on Facebook, where preaching is a daily activity, people who stand very firm in their beliefs and do not accept the beliefs of others. I can also express to you that although we may see many belief systems currently as functional belief systems, currently, as this shift in consciousness progresses and gains even more momentum and energy, even the belief systems that work must be addressed, and if we choose to hold on to them, these are the elements that will be creating trauma. And as I've expressed many times, this is why this channel exists, to avoid this trauma that is associated with this shift in consciousness, and you'll hear me express this more and more, because as we get to the middle of this century, as we get closer to the year 2030, this will gain momentum. We will be witnessing and experiencing more and more elements of trauma associated with this shift in consciousness, as individuals continue to hold on to what they see as familiar. And this would be holding on to these belief systems and holding on to familiar behaviors. Within this shift in consciousness, which will be completed around 2075, in the acceptance of belief systems, what we are accomplishing is neutralizing judgments and expectations. I express that we have belief systems in every aspect of our focus or real life. Even with our shoes, we believe that if our shoes are wide enough, it doesn't matter what foot we put them on. Because if they're big enough, they should fit and they shouldn't create discomfort. But as we continue to hold on to not very wide shoes and put them on opposite feet, we will experience pain, This small example gives you, slightly, an insight into the action of these belief systems. Look at them like the shoes we wear now. They won't feel very comfortable putting them on different feet, but if we're stretching these shoes, regardless of their style, it won't matter, and this would be the point. I am not expressing that our alignment with belief systems regarding family, our emotions, our compassion, or our love for family members is wrong. I am simply expressing that there is a very strong influence of the belief system that relates to the family, and this can be limiting for us, as we automatically set expectations and judgments in these areas and automatically also place us in positions for disappointments, because we experience disappointments when expectations are not met. This is the area of limitations, in which, if we address these areas and allow ourselves an acceptance in this area, we also offer ourselves the freedom to see and perceive these individuals freely and accept all their actions and choices, recognizing that they are vaster beings than we simply see physically and that they are efficiently creating their reality, regardless of anyone else's opinion. I am also aware that each of us see ourselves as these little people, and that we are very unique, individual, and small. We may wonder how we may be affecting the world, since we are but an individual. But one individual is affecting everyone, much more than we realize. Each of us is not only affecting all the individuals we encounter physically, but all of consciousness. Don't think that we are not affecting ourselves within consciousness. Regardless of whether we physically see our affectation, it doesn't matter. It is happening. Even within our physical day, we do not allow ourselves to know how we are affecting within all our movements, within all of our moments. That is why I offered the exercise of clarity, so that we can become more aware of our own external senses and the manipulation of them. We don't pay attention to our own manipulation of our own senses. We also don't pay attention to our affectation over the course of the day, to each individual that we encounter, that we touch, and to the affectation that is occurring in the exchange of energy that we offer with each individual that we interact with. For the most part, if I asked you, how many people have you met this day? And tell me everyone. What was their interaction? For the most part, you won't be remembering, because you're not paying attention. But you are affecting each of these individuals that you encounter, because you are creating an exchange of energy with each of these individuals in every action that you create throughout your day. Think to yourself of all the worldly actions that you have participated in this day and all the people you have encountered, and what your energy exchange has been with each of them. You've traded and you've been affecting. Now, you may ask yourself, how does this relate to me in my experience and belief systems? If you are interacting with your belief systems and you are conflicting in response to your belief systems and you are holding on to your own energy, such as when we post something on Facebook or any other social network, we will be affecting every individual that we encounter in what we call negative energy. And this is what we will project, and this will be affecting, and it will also be reinforcing the energy that is held in the belief systems, which is established through consciousness in the same way that any preacher on his rostrum expressing the condemnation of Armageddon, of the end of our world. Their expression is no greater than your growl at an individual within a market exchange, for there is no measure of these expressions. One is not greater than the other. They are all having an impact. We observe the expressions and measure them. Some expressions are small, other expressions are large. Within consciousness, everyone is affecting. Therefore, it does not matter that you may be yelling at many individuals about negative prophecies or that you may be lending energy to hold on to belief systems, you are accomplishing the same action. You are not moving in the direction of lending energy to the acceptance and movement of this shift in consciousness. I am well aware that what I am expressing to you has a great responsibility and it seems like a very big job that each of you must do, but remember that you have joined this channel or this social network. Therefore, you may have chosen to move in this direction and accept this information, knowing that you have the ability to be helpful in understanding yourself first, and in that, offering help to other individuals like the offspring, which will be much more effective than much of our language. Individuals have listened to language for centuries. Other individuals are not so different from us. We are tired of talking, and they are tired of talking, too. We look at actions, examples, and in this we look at the offspring, and we are the offspring. Remember that they are us. There is no need for a crusade. We are not in the Middle Ages. We are not participating in the Crusades for Christianity. We are participating in a shift in consciousness, which is global, and which moves with energy, and not necessarily in conventional terms, so to speak. But all of our movements lend energy to lessen the trauma of other individuals within their movements. In this, we can choose to move in the direction that offers us pleasure, in which we find comfort, and in which we experience what we call happiness, all of which is an element of our realization of values, and in this expression, we lend energy to the achievement of this change. Even individuals who encounter aliens who are not what we call humanoid in appearance but seem to have a shape that is familiar to us. It will be of the reptilian or animal type, because these are familiar shapes and figures to us. Its real form and reality is completely unknown to us, and therefore we do not assimilate its appearance within our objective knowledge. This is why we translate into some kind of familiar form that we can relate to. But as I have told you, these are other approaches to our essence. Now, our essence is neither superior nor inferior to us, because we are us. Therefore, all the dimensions in which we are living are located next to each other, not above or below each other. We are the ones who are focusing on all these different dimensions. We are not seating ourselves. Therefore, aliens are not seating us in our dimension either, nor did they create our species. We are not occupying higher and lower planes in areas of consciousness. Therefore, we may not reach or evolve into a higher self because we already are us. It's simply a choice of experiences. Not all essences choose to manifest physically. Not all essences choose to manifest physically within all physical dimensions. Some essences are chosen to manifest physically within all physical dimensions. It's a choice of experience, but it's not about higher and lower planes or lower and lower stages of development. All consciousness is continually within a state of becoming. All essences are continually becoming and exploring, and in this, choosing myriads of experiences to be, that is, to evolve. Within universal consciousness, evolution is constant. Therefore, to manifest within this particular physical dimension is to participate within belief systems, and without belief systems, we will not manifest within this particular dimension, and we will not experience this particular physical dimension. Sometimes, we offer ourselves information that is outside of belief systems. We can also, at times, within this physical dimension, not necessarily through altered states, but also through our objective waking state, offer ourselves momentary experiences that are outside of belief systems, but these are momentary experiences, and in these experiences, we will interpret the experiences through our belief systems. Consciousness is continually within a state of becoming. All essences are continually becoming and exploring, and in this, choosing myriads of experiences to be, that is, to evolve. Within universal consciousness, evolution is constant. Outside of this particular physical dimension, we move into different areas of consciousness that do not necessarily participate in belief systems. We allow ourselves momentary experiences outside of belief systems in this dimension, but they are fleeting and momentary, for this is not the reality of this particular physical dimension. We have created countless other physical and non-physical dimensions, and we are experiencing within all of them. This is simply a dimension that we have focused on, that is, we each have a particular focus of attention, which is our life. If we didn't want to participate, we simply wouldn't be experiencing within this particular physical dimension. Obviously, since nothing is absolute, we also allow ourselves experiences outside of this reality, all for the purpose of remembering who we really are. Let me finally tell you that as this shift in consciousness gains momentum and as we allow ourselves to move more fully into the action of this shift in consciousness, we can access other dimensions more easily, and in those experiences we can move out of the belief systems that are the reality of this dimension. Because we will allow ourselves to move into other dimensions where belief systems do not sustain reality. These belief systems that we hold are manifestations of this dimension. This is not to say that other physical dimensions do not have their own belief systems, but not all physical dimensions have belief systems. Therefore, we can access another physical dimension, or non-physical dimension, that does not contain belief systems, and from time to time we do so and believe that we are delusional. If you want more information, you can contact me or you can buy my books at Amazon.com, under my name Tomas Guevara Calderon. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, it's free and you don't have to make donations of any kind.